Welcome, ladies and germs, to this post-E3 Kong Watch. I went back and forth about whether or not I should do this video, but ultimately I decided to go ahead and go through with it because I've seen a lot of disappointment and confusion and worry about the state of Donkey Kong post-E3. And I thought it would just be a good idea to go ahead and discuss some things related to the Big Ape, because, there's a lot that we can glean from Nintendo's E3 presentation regarding Donkey Kong that I think it's worth going over. I actually don't have anything to drink today. I had some coffee in my Donkey Kong mug, but I did away with that a couple hours ago. So, hang on, I'm going to grab some juice. I need something. I want some juice. Alright, I got some Tropicana Watermelon Breeze. It's not bad. Might have preferred it to be a little bit sweeter, but not bad. Anyway, let's kick it off with the most obvious piece of news that I'd like to go over today. There was no Donkey Kong at E3. If you even halfway paid attention to the Nintendo Direct, you probably already know this. And yeah, it was a bummer. Honestly, I was kind of disappointed that Donkey Kong wasn't there. I always knew there was a possibility that Donkey Kong might not be at E3. That's something I've been very open and honest about in previous Kong Watch videos and my E3 expectations video and stuff. But I also thought that there was a pretty solid chance that this might be it. The rumors were ramping up. There's a lot of fire surrounding this whole thing right now. And again, it's the 40th anniversary of Donkey Kong this year. It seemed like there was a solid chance that something might be there, but unfortunately that was not the case this year. But as the dust has settled, I've come to terms with it. It's not the end of the world, and to be honest with you, I think this bodes well for DK moving forward, to be completely honest with you. But I'll get into that in a bit. So probably the biggest thing that we can infer from no DK at E3 this year is that there's probably not going to be a new Donkey Kong game before the end of the year. This Direct was focused on stuff releasing before the end of the year, and Nintendo basically has a game coming out once a month now up through the end of the year. Their schedule is pretty jam-packed. There's not a whole lot of room for Donkey Kong now, which it's a shame. This is his 40th anniversary year, but we've been waiting for 7 years since Tropical Freeze. We can wait a little bit longer. It's not the end of the world. July is DK's official 40th anniversary, the anniversary of the arcade game. If July comes and goes without any mention of DK, it's safe to say that there probably won't be anything major this year. If anything at all related to Donkey Kong. I guess there is the possibility of a fall reveal 2022 release, but I wouldn't hold your breath. I think it's very possible that the game will release next year, but I'm not so sure about a fall reveal, like in a Nintendo Direct in the fall or something like that. It's entirely possible, right? Like, who knows? Sometimes they have like these big surprises at these fall directs that catch us off guard. It's like, man, this fall direct's better than your E3 presentation. What the heck is this about? Sometimes it happens that way. I don't know if that's going to be the case here, but you never know. We'll just have to wait and see. But moving on, during the Zelda portion of the Direct, Aonuma basically said that beyond the Game & Watch, there wouldn't be much celebration going on for Zelda's 35th anniversary, which is kind of surprising when you think about it. I don't know if this was just me, but he didn't seem overly confident that Breath of the Wild 2 would be releasing next year. The way he kind of phrased it, they made it sound like they're aiming for 2022. That's what they're hoping for, but he didn't sound like, yes, it's happening in 2022. He just kind of was like, it might happen next year, but, if it comes down to it and we gotta take some more time on it, then that's what's gonna happen. And, that's why I think they're holding off on doing a whole lot else for Zelda's 35th anniversary. People were speculating that, like, Wind Waker and Twilight Princess would be announced for Switch and probably come out to help you know, celebrate Zelda's 35th before the end of the year, but you know, I think that's why they avoided announcing those games. They're probably coming eventually, but if Breath of the Wild 2 doesn't make it out next year, those games are definitely going to fill the void next year, mark my words. But it would be their way of still having something Zelda related next year to kind of fill that void before Breath of the Wild 2 in 2023 then, if it comes to that. But anyway, how does this tie into Donkey Kong? Well, you know, Zelda is Nintendo's second highest priority behind Mario. It's just a fact. If they aren't doing much else to celebrate Zelda, then there's a pretty solid chance that Donkey Kong isn't going to get any kind of acknowledgement for his 40th anniversary. Unfortunately, that's just the reality of it. I would have loved to get an NSO like Donkey Kong game or something like that, you know, DK40, kind of like the Mario 35 game, or even a one-up arcade cabinet. I would have loved to see Nintendo team up with those guys and release a kind of like an anniversary Donkey Kong arcade cabinet thing, you know. I would have loved something like that. I want one. I want it very bad. They might drop some kind of tweet or something on Twitter like, yes, today, 40 years ago, Donkey Kong was released to the world in the arcades and yada yada, and you know, it's kind of a bummer, but you know, it's likely meant to give the new game the best possible impact it can have when it's finally revealed. Which, touching on that subject a little bit, I know a lot of you are kind of torn on whether or not to believe that this new game exists. You can choose to believe whatever you want to believe, but I'm just telling you right now, the game does exist. It's coming. It's going to happen eventually. Obviously now is just not the right time. It's kind of been something of an open secret in the Donkey Kong community for a while. Again, you can choose whether or not to believe it, but I would put money down that it's happening, and it'll be happening sometime relatively soonish, within the next year or two probably, if I had to guess. But if you knew where to look, if you knew who to listen to, then you're already fairly aware of this game. So, you know, just saying, just throwing that out there. Moving on, the two most prominent leakers for this new DK game they are out of the race. Zippo said it would be a 2D game, that it would be announced at E3, and it would launch later this year, along with some other stuff that did not come to fruition at E3. He was also banned from Reset Era for having misleading and false information and not verifying his sources. So I'm gonna say that, yeah, he isn't to be trusted. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I'm just gonna, you know. Samus Hunter on Twitter posted a bunch of leaks, let's put them in quotes. They got a bunch of things wrong regarding the E3 lineup this year. And for context, they were saying that this new Donkey Kong game would be 3D, and they made a whole thread with excuses for why these things were wrong. I don't think this person is to be trusted. She piggybacks off of other people's information and poses as a leaker and nothing more. There's a whole thread on Reddit that shows, you know, where she gets her information from. Basically, she tends to ride the coattails of other people who are talking about information first, and then posts about it shortly after and pretends it's her own information. It should go without saying, don't go after any of these people. Yeah, it should go without saying, but I just want to make sure that I'm not sending any kind of shit their way. But I would say, as sources, they are out of the running. I don't trust them. Not that I'm very trusting of leakers in the first place. At the very least, they got the discussion around this game going, which, you know, in a way has kind of added to the discourse surrounding this Donkey Kong game, because now a lot of people don't think it's real. A lot of people are attacking people like me for talking about this game, being like, oh, it doesn't exist, it wasn't announced at E3. It's just not ready. It's just not ready yet. That's the only thing. But anyway, that Donkey Kong X Taiko no Tatsujin leak, if you want to call it that, is also likely fake, probably not real. Now, what all of this means, though, is that there's a lot of mystery re-injected into the Donkey Kong speculation once again. You know, if there's one thing that we should take away from E3 this year, it's that one, nobody should trust leakers. And 2, it's that nobody truly knows what kind of game it's going to be. It could be 2D, it could be 3D. We just don't know. But that's kind of exciting in a way. Just don't trust leakers. Just don't. I don't want to report on leaks on Kongwatch anymore. Just cold, hard facts. Unless, you know, there's another big leak slash rumor or whatever that kind of comes out that gets everybody talking about it. I'll throw my 2 cents in and, you know, that'll be it. But, yeah, I'm gonna probably try to avoid talking about that kind of stuff from now on here. Just the facts. But if you want my 2 cents right now, I think it's entirely plausible that this new game is going to be a 3D game. This is just speculation coming from me. Again, I don't know anything more about the game other than it exists, and it's probably in development at Nintendo EPD. But I think there's a solid chance that, yeah, it's gonna be a 3D game. For one thing, there was nothing announced from EPD at E3 this year, even though, yeah, now would probably be the time for something. It's been about 4 years since Mario Odyssey. It would make sense for something else to have shown up, but that just wasn't the case. But another thing, you know, we have Tropical Freeze on the Switch, and Tropical Freeze is already a masterclass in 2D platforming. It's amazing, and I just think it would be a little bit redundant to do another 2D game, another 2D Donkey Kong game on the Switch. But yeah, I mean, that I don't know. That's just my take on the situation. Don't take it as gospel. I'm just a guy on the internet talking about video games. I don't know shit. So yeah, I know this isn't the most uplifting video in the world for us Donkey Kong fans. We just gotta be patient. We just gotta wait a little longer. On the bright side, Kongwatch gets to continue. If there's more exciting Donkey Kong things to talk about, I get to do more of that. The unfortunate reality of it is we probably shouldn't be expecting any kind of Donkey Kong stuff before the end of the year. There's a decent possibility that the game will be announced before the end of the year. But I would not hold your breath. I wouldn't hold your breath for that. The best thing that you can probably do for yourself right now is just enjoy the lineup of games that we have coming in the near future. You know, we got Metroid Dread, there's WarioWare, Mario Party, all kinds of things to look forward to. And don't think too hard about Donkey Kong. It's in good hands. I would put money down that this game is going to be worth the wait. Nintendo wants Donkey Kong back in a big way. There are big plans for the ape moving forward. We can see these plans in motion as we speak. Some of the various Donkey Kong content that we've been getting over the past like 2 or 3 years. There's the Universal theme park. Things are happening, okay? Things are happening. If there's one thing that you can take away from this video, it's that things are happening. We just gotta have a little bit of patience. Don't lose faith. The game is happening, okay? This is not me talking out my ass, okay? I trust the people that I'm talking to. I trust that they aren't just feeding me bullshit, okay? I wouldn't be out here making an ass of myself talking about Donkey Kong every couple days if I didn't have faith that this game was real, okay? So yeah, hang tight, guys. I know it was disappointing to not have the big ape at E3, but there were other things to look forward to. If you really want some monkey games, get Monkey Ball. Monkey Ball is amazing. I love me some Monkey Ball. That comes out later this year. Don't pass on that one. It's a good time. Anyway, guys, this might be the last Kongwatch for a while, unless we miraculously get some new Donkey Kong news in the near future. But like I said, I only want to talk about stuff that is tangible. I don't want to talk about rumors anymore. I don't want to spread any more false information. So, you know, if I see you guys asking me about, like, you know, Donkey Kong Hot Wheels crossover or something like that in the comments in a week or something like that, not gonna cover these kinds of rumors. Just the cold, hard facts, okay? Anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next one.